I'm not really pleased, if I'm honest, guys. It's been such a positive start to the season for Arsenal Football Club. What a pre-season and what an amazing 5 games so far in the Premier League. But it's come down to deadline day and we are just so clearly desperate for at least one more signing. And unfortunately, deadline day has come and gone. And as of right now, it's been shut for 25 minutes and there has been no announcement, no rumours that seem to be close. You know, sometimes deals can be announced a little bit later, but we would have heard something by now. It's bad news, guys. We've spent all day, well, I have, refreshing Twitter, Instagram, Transfermarkt, all of the best accounts I know, and just waiting for Douglas Luiz or just something, a surprise, a loan deal, whatever. And nothing. Absolutely nothing. No midfielder, despite the fact that Partey is potentially out for a few more weeks. We've got a long-term injury to El Neni, which means we will be relying on Xhaka and Sambi, really, to play as those main central midfielders, which, okay, maybe it's possible. Maybe it's absolutely fine. We saw Sambi was fantastic in the last game. Well, I say fantastic. He was good enough, wasn't he? I'm just really worried for the big games coming up if we don't have a fully fit squad. Let's talk about it, shall we? Because it is disappointing. This is the squad we've got going to at least January. All of the fixtures pre-World Cup, of course, it's going to be a very busy schedule with Europa League football, with cup competitions and the Premier League. 2 goalkeepers, which is fine. And of course, we've got a few academy goalkeepers that could step in. Bellerin has gone today, by the way, which we'll talk about. That's the only movement we've had today with Olayinka, I believe, as well. But from our main team, Bellerin has signed with Barcelona, which is incredible for him, a 1-year deal. So he's gone. That leaves us with Tierney, Ben White, Gabriel, Saliba, Holding. Oh, I wonder if Saliba will get number 2. Oh, maybe. Holding, Cedric, Tomiyasu and Zinchenko. I think defensively, that's fine. We've got enough cover, enough quality, not a problem. But this is where we do have a massive problem. So if we're looking purely at central midfielders, we have 4 at the club. Thomas Partey, Sambi Lokonga, Mo El Neni and Granit Xhaka. It's not enough. It isn't. For 2 positions, you need 2 quality players for each side, so left centre mid and right centre mid, and then you need another backup or another DM backup or whatever. And it was very obvious we were targeting one. Douglas Luiz, a DM, a number 6, a natural Brazilian number 6, can play as a number 8 as well. We've been linked with him for a few windows now, and it looked like we were actually going to go for it, and I'll talk about the bids and my thoughts on it all, but this isn't going to be enough. If we get injuries consistently, which we're Arsenal, we probably will. Oh man, it's really disappointing. Going forward though, again, maybe a little bit light, although you could argue that Smith Rowe's a winger. So if you take Smith Rowe from here and put him in here, that leaves us with 6 attackers. Reece Nelson, of course, is injured at the moment. My worry is right wing. Obviously, we've got Saka in here as well, but if Saka's not fit, it's Marquinhos, our only other right-sided winger. Although we can get away with Smith Rowe there. I know Jesus can play there as well. Out on loan, Runarsson, who will be sold eventually. Okonkwo, Tavares, having a great start so far playing at Marseille. Pablo Mari won't come back. Maitland-Niles, I'm pretty sure, is done at Arsenal. He's gone to Southampton, has he not? Was that today? I think it was. So him and Bellerin both gone today. Pepe, obviously, and Balogun also having a great time. It's not a big squad. So I'm really hoping that we can get to January and maybe we bring in, I think Danilo from Palmeiras, the Brazilian, another Brazilian, could be available in January for a better price. So it might be that we're just waiting for that. This kind of just stinks of Arsenal not wanting to go that extra mile and get ripped off, potentially. They don't want to risk it. They're playing it safe and they believe in the squad we've got. And it's just, that's the kind of thing that's been killing us over the last few seasons. We've always been so close. But I don't want to be too negative because we've been brilliant so far. It's just when we come up against the likes of City, Liverpool, Chelsea, and if we've got 2 games a week for the rest of this year at least, it's going to really put some pressure on the squad. But this is what's happened today. If you're looking for one of the best accounts to follow for Arsenal transfers, David Ornstein, or Ornstein, however you say his name, is very good. And of course, you can always follow Fabrizio Romano. He is also very good. But throughout the day, Ornstein has been saying, bid has gone in, rejected. Bid has gone in, rejected. We made it to a third offer, which was £25 million. Now, to put this into perspective, okay, £25 million in today's market is not a lot of money. It really isn't. It doesn't buy you much, okay? Now, Douglas Luiz, fantastic player, has 1 year left on his contract. So that is the reason he's going for this amount of money. He will now leave Aston Villa next season on a free. We know that. He's openly, I think, told the club he's not signing a new deal. So maybe Arsenal are gambling. Maybe we can convince him to join in January, or, agree to join next season in January. Who knows? But for 25 million, it's a good deal. I can understand why they've tried at 25 being the top offer. I'm not so sure about. I really, really feel like if we went in with maybe 28, something like that, or maybe even 30, it's the difference between maybe sustaining the push we're doing right now, having an extra man in there, and not. We're one more injury away from collapsing in midfield. We could not do Ødegaard at centre mid with Sambi, for example, if we absolutely had to. Ben White could step in, I guess, and play DM, and of course Zinchenko can play midfield, but I just don't like it. And I think for this kind of money, 25 million in today's market, you can almost make that back with just the shirt sales alone. It just seems a bit mad to me that we're worried about, let's say, an extra 5 million. Maybe the magic number was 30, but we don't know that. Aston Villa apparently were very, very stern and said, no, we're not selling. Even though they just brought in Dendoncker, to me, that just seems a bit crazy. But yeah, it's done. Douglas Luiz is not signing. Of course, I mentioned it already. Hector Bellerin has left. He's put out a really nice message saying, it's not always been easy at Arsenal, but he's really enjoyed playing for us and he's going to miss it all. And once a gunner, always a gunner, which is always nice to see. Quick word on Bellerin, because I know he didn't quite turn out to be the player we all thought he could be. Think back to the early days. I remember the game against Bayern where he blitzed back and got the ball in a one-on-one situation. It was just amazing. And I really thought we had a superstar. And it wasn't just injuries. I think a lot of things came into play with Bellerin as he progressed with his Arsenal career. He just didn't have what it took to be Arsenal starting right back. I don't think he just wasn't enough. And I know it's maybe a bit harsh, but the injury just killed it as well. He lost some of his pace, and at his age, he should be in his absolute prime. He hit his prime at 22, 23, unfortunately. Although he's going to Barcelona, maybe he will do absolutely fine there. He seemed to do quite well at Betis last season. Maybe Spanish football suits him a little bit more. He's going to be greatly missed, though, because he's a servant to the club. He's been at the club for so long. You hear the great things that he's done for the club, and I will actually miss Hector Bellerin, but not really as a footballer for the club, just as a person, so best of luck to him. Let's have a look at some of the other deals that have gone through today. Try and forget what's happened to Arsenal. So we've seen quite a few kind of last-minute deals. We've seen Coletta Carr going from Marseille to Southampton for 9 million. That is an absolute bargain, by the way. And Bednarek has gone to Aston Villa from Southampton, so they've basically got a new centre-back in. Andre Gomez has gone to Everton. Vinicius, old Tottenham player, I believe, wasn't he? Went to Fulham for 4.5 million. Chong has left permanently. He's gone to Birmingham from United permanently. Congolo's moved from Fulham. He was meant to be a very good centre-back about 5 years ago. Nothing really happened there. Have I missed anything really big here? Not really. No, okay, let's go to the next page because there's so many deals that go through. It's so easy to miss. So what else do we have here? Anything really groundbreaking? Oh, really? Yann Valerie's gone to Angers in France. I like Valerie. I'm quite surprised at that. Decent player. Brooks has gone to Benfica. It's just a merry-go-round, isn't it? When one player leaves, all the dominoes fall. Aziz, Arsenal player, of course, on loan at Ibiza. He's going to be partying. Kluivert's gone to Valencia. He was meant to be coming to the Premier League, wasn't he? And it fell through. I think it's something to do with his work visa or whatever. That must really suck when that happens. Oh, I didn't see this one. I don't know how to say his name. He's a good player, though. Guri, maybe. He's gone to Stade Rennais. Dendoncker there confirmed. Wolves to Aston Villa. Because I really thought that was the sign that Douglas Luiz was leaving. What a shame. Any other big deals? We saw Anthony was confirmed to Manchester United for just under 100 million, which is a crazy amount of money. But he will be a good player for them, that's for sure. I don't think we're missing anything else that's absolutely huge. One thing that I guess hasn't been listed here, though, is Chelsea have signed... oh, no, my mind's gone blank. What's his name? The Swiss player that was at Juventus. Oh, my God, it's gone completely blank. He's such a good player. I think you guys know who I mean. I just can't remember his name right now because, of course, as soon as I hit record, it throws me off. But... oh, what is his name? That is really going to annoy me. You guys are probably screaming at me right now. Where was the PSG player? There he is. Abdou Diallo gone to RB Leipzig on loan. Willian has gone to Fulham. He's back. Last time he played at Craven Cottage, he got a hat-trick of assists for Arsenal. I remember it. Oh, Idrissa Gueye did go to Everton in the end. I must have missed that one. Kazawa's gone to Fulham as well. Oh, what is that guy's name? That is really going to annoy me. Was it here? He's one of my... Oh, Zakaria. What's the full name? Dennis Zakaria. He's gone to Chelsea, and that kind of just came out of nowhere, really. Yeah, so really, really disappointing for Arsenal fans. You can see it here, 42%. It looked so on. Oh, and by the way, Bele Gilmore has gone to Brighton and Dan James to Fulham. I really thought we were going to get someone in. And I'm really disappointed, guys, because as I said, this isn't enough. Technically, if you take out Smith Rowe and Saka because they play forward, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players to fill arguably 3 positions. It's not ideal, but... you know, a lot of trust the process has been thrown around over the last few seasons, and I still absolutely have faith in the team. Clearly, Arteta and Edu felt it wasn't that big of a deal. It wasn't an emergency, because otherwise they would have paid over the odds to get a player in. They clearly believe that either El Neni will come back sooner than later, Partey isn't too far off, and that we've got adequate cover, and they don't want to invest money now in a player that might not be part of the future plans. We've been very sensible with our transfers over the last season or two, so it's about getting the right player in. And Douglas Luiz would have been a fantastic signing. He would have fit in perfectly. We've got that Brazilian, Portuguese clique at the club, so maybe he'll come another time. But I am disappointed, guys. I am. Big game on Sunday, of course. We'll be back with Operation Arsenal for the United game. Can't believe Bellerin's actually gone permanently. It's a bit crazy. But thank you for watching, guys. Unfortunately, not a very exciting transfer deadline day for Arsenal fans.